What in the world is going on? Everybody, it's been a minute, but I'm in the house. Welcome once again. I ain't heard it in a while. So let me go and prop it up again. Welcome to the Big Time Show. Welcome to the ride, as you can say. Of course, I'm not riding, but I'm planning. Welcome to the show. What's going on over here in the world of Cowboy Nation and Cowboy haters combined, and just general NFL football fans? What's going on in here on the day? Forgive my plainness today. I don't have all the bells and whistles. I ain't got my smoke with me on today. Um, I'm just in the building. What's going on today? Appreciate everybody that has popped on with me so far. I ask that if you are here, I ask that you would go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button for me. Smash it about 20 times. If you're on YouTube, double tap that screen about 20 times for me. And I promise you, I would be very, very happy if you want to contribute, of course, to the show by Cash App. It's easy. $ the Big Time Show. $ the Big Time Show. You can do it there. Or if you want to use the super chat, if you're on YouTube, you can do that as well. If you're on Facebook, of course, you can use the stars that are there for you. Listen, I'm just sharing out. I hope that you would do me the favor of sharing. Let's get some of this stuff out about the show is on there. What's going on? It's been a minute. Happy day later, Juneteenth, to those that celebrated Juneteenth. Um, Happy Juneteenth to you guys. Most of you are still off work. Mostly everybody was off work yesterday. So I'm quite sure everybody at least celebrated that. Whether you celebrate Juneteenth or not, I guarantee you were happy to be off work. I mean, come on now. Let's be realistic. A lot of you are happy that you did not have to go in on yesterday. So you got something good out of it. All right. A lot of stuff going on. These are the times where I wish I was well, I don't have to wish, it's my show. Um, I just don't do a lot of other sports things. I'm a Laker fan. I could do, I mean, not that I can. I'm well versed into it, but I just love the Cowboys so much, so I talk about it. But man, I could do a whole show on Shador Sanders. I could do a whole show on um, Shohei Ohtani and Fernando Tatis. The way that the Padres and Dodgers are going with it. I could talk about the finals, of course, with the Pacers and the Thunder going at it. Headed to a game. So I mean, it's so much to talk about, but because of you guys, I already know you're here strictly for Cowboy talk. But man, it is so much going on in the sports world that is almost raggedy just to talk about one thing. Man, I appreciate all you guys popping in on me. I really do. I hope you guys would share it if you can, and hit the like button for me. Everybody, hit the like button. Let's go to work real quick. I don't know why I'm looking the way I'm looking on your TV screen. Let's change it up just a little bit. It might be too much. Is that too much me? Is that too much of me in the building right there? Is that too much, or did y'all like that better far away shot? You know what I'm saying? Somebody let me know. Is this too much of me in the screen here on your phone? I'll know that in momentarily. Hey, what's up, Ty Church? Hey, let me speak to the people that are here. Ty Church, what's up with you, brother? Thank you for popping in on me. Is that too much me in there? It look like it is. It does. But y'all let me know. Is that too daunting of me in your screen right now? I don't like it, so I'm gonna switch back up. Y'all forgive me while I play producer on my show until I get it right. I believe that'll work there. I think that's a little bit too much of me in the building there. All right. Let me share this out again. Y'all give me a second, and then we getting ready to talk about really um, about stuff that you guys already know about by now. I'm quite sure you know about it. So, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. And let's do that now. All right. Let's talk. I'm worried. How about that? I'm worried. Because the more things change, the more things stay the same. And I've always said for years that the last place that I want to be in is in a place where the talent level has to override the front office moves and perhaps even the coaching. I've been saying that for years. Then your talent level has to be up there because that's the only thing that's really going to change things. The talent level have to be so good that it overrides the same old. And I don't want to come off sounding like that I'm going against Coach Schottenheimer or the staff already, because I'm not. We don't. There's nothing really to punish them or criticize them for, because they haven't coached the game yet. So it's nothing to really just to go off on them for. They haven't coached nothing. They haven't had a real practice yet. As far as the guys all being there, that's coming up. They've had little mini camp practices. That's fine, but they haven't really done anything yet to really have us really going off on them yet. We still have to give them time to do that. However, I'm upset this morning. Well, I'm not upset. I'm just not. Let me see what I'm trying to say. I'm. What am I trying to say here? Just when you get enough of the newness of what's going on, of the organization and the way that we're moving. Steven and Jerry Jones always will insert their usual things, and they are always doing the same old thing and really thinking that things are going to be different because you did this. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Most of you already know. We signed a couple more guys. The usual Dallas Cowboys system is at work. And when you're trying to win a world championship, especially when you haven't done it in so many years, you can't be so locked in on sticking with your system. You just can't do it. I mean, it's not smart, because 9 times out of 10, you already know what the results are going to be. You see what I'm saying? And so I per se, even though I'm not mad at the signings that we've done, it's the way and the people that we sign is what's really irritating me instead of going to do things differently. Now I'll show you what I'm talking about. You guys know we signed cornerback Robert Rochelle, and then we signed the defensive tackle Perion Winfrey. We signed those two guys recently to add to the squad as we get ready to prepare for training camp. But I'm not mad at the signing because this is what all teams do. So you can't act like the Cowboys are the only ones that's doing it. The Cowboys are doing what every other team does. It's just that we just pay attention to the Cowboys. So you know what I'm saying? So it's not nothing new. Every team is signing people. That's nothing new. It's just that the people that the Cowboys sign or the profile that the Cowboys always sign is what's really irritating to me because, yes, there are people that are out there that are better. There are. And they are cheap. They are cheap. That's one of the obvious requirements that the Jones family wants. They want them cheap, and that's what's out there. It's some guys out there that fit the profile for free agency for the Cowboys, cheap. And there's another one that's always prevalent, that is cheap. And here's number 2, hurt. There are plenty of cheap, hurt guys that the Cowboys could have gotten instead of going this route. And it never fails. Now, the sign is nothing really for me to just go crazy over because you figure that these guys are not going to be, I personally don't think that the guys that we signed may not be impactful, although the defensive tackle may have, more of a chance than Rochelle. I just don't like the way that we always have to go get certain guys. Why do they always have to be the bottom of the barrel type dudes for us to go get them? And then number 2, why do they always have to have some type of injury report for us to get them? And you trying to catch lightning in a bottle. Why do we always have to get those type of guys? Why do we always keep adding injured players to a team that's already have guys that we're kind of waiting on to come back from injury? I don't get that. I don't get it. Can I get a healthy body in here at least one time? Then number 2, why do we always have to stick with the system of that we have to go get somebody from the UFL? And I understand the success that they've had hitting the jackpot per se with Brandon Aubrey, and then a couple years ago with Cavante Turpin. That's the reason why I guess we keep doing it, because they done found success. They got good eye for talent, I guess, in the UFL, formerly the XFL or the USFL, combined to make the UFL now. Maybe they got good eyes for it. You can't tell them, because every year we gonna always go to the UFL at the expense of getting better players. We always gonna go to the UFL. It's a guarantee. Stephen Jones said it in the interview a couple weeks ago, if y'all remember. We got our eyes on, and there are guys that are proven. There are guys that are cheap that the Cowboys could get. There are guys that have, that bring in guys for, for depth purposes that are just simply better than what we have gotten. And I don't understand sometimes the reason why we always end up going after guys that sound like what I'm getting ready to show you. Some of you already know about this, but here's my point. Like Robert Rochelle, for instance. Robert Rochelle, who's had NFL experience. He's 27 years old. He's entering, this is his 5th year in the league, and this will be his 6th team in 5 years. That ought to tell you something right there. Okay. I don't know why we keep doing this, but this is what the Cowboys do. He's not a UFL. This guy is a guy that's Rochelle is a cornerback who was drafted in the 4th round of the 21 NFL draft, 2021 NFL draft. Played with the Rams, of course. But here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing about Rochelle, and I'm not complaining, like I said, when you get these type of signings, these signings pretty much are for depth. You know, you got to have a roster for preseason. You got to have 90 players, which we already have. But, you know, of course, we cut 2 guys in order to make room for these 2. So, you know, these are kind of bottom of the barrel guys, but at least Rochelle is to me. But here's the thing about Rochelle, I just don't get. He played with the Rams, of course. In 2022, he primarily played on special teams. In 2021, he played defense for the Rams, not starting, but he got significant time, played in 11 games out of 14 he played. Had an interception, had a few pass breakups. So he's familiar with the league. But here's the part that gets me messed up. In 2023, it says Rochelle was involved in a serious car accident when his car was hit by a speeding vehicle, causing several injuries, including what Rochelle claims was a fractured elbow, knee and head injuries, here's the key one, nerve damage, and more. Maybe that kind of understand why he on his 5th team in 6 years. The kid got nerve damage. It don't make no difference where. Is the kid had, when you playing NFL football, you need everything kind of working. You know, things that hurt can be repaired. You can, you know, get yourself back to maybe where you once were. If not, you're not too far from it. But when you start talking nerve damage, you don't get that back. So teams are cutting him. Teams cut, I ain't saying that's the reason why, but I'm saying you got to use your common sense. Again, this guy that we signed in 2023, he's less than 2 years, well, he's 2 years removed from this serious car accident that caused several injuries. Talking about new signee, Robert Rochelle, the cornerback that we just signed, had a serious car accident in February of 2023 that caused severe injuries, including a fractured elbow, knee and head injuries, and the key thing, nerve damage, and more. Nerve damage is the part I'm concentrating on. Like, God bless the young man who's 27 years old, but if he's on his 5th team in 6 years, what we signed him for? I mean, did we sign him just to cut him? I realized we made room for him by cutting 2 guys that we had, and you bring him in. I mean, why did we sign Robert Rochelle? Kid got nerve damage. I mean, whether it's in his arm, whether it's leg, what? I don't. Why do we have to sign these guys when there are other guys that are sitting as free agents who are simply better equipped? Can I just say that? Better equipped to play. Why do we always got to get? Why do the Cowboys always have to get guys who have been majority injured, and then what you're hoping to do is trying to catch lightning in a bottle and that's what you're trying to do. Thank you, William. What's up, William? You got William here who just brought up a perfect name, Jalen Smith, who had nerve damages in his knee, who he did pretty good, but he just got worse because his knee was damaged. It just I thought we learned from that. Here we are waiting on. I love DeMar and Overshown, but Overshown has just been, he's, let's just be truthful. He's starting to mirror another Sean Lee. I love him. Love the way he play. Love DeMar and Overshown. But he's been hurt ever since he was playing in Texas. And when he gets hurt, he's gone for a while. We love getting injury. We love getting injured guys. My brother in the building. Amp, what's up? I don't understand. I'm trying to figure. The Ravens, not saying that we were supposed to sign Jair Alexander, but at this point, Jair Alexander is a better option than this dude. I understand we're not dependent on the guy and all that, but I'm just saying, in February of 23, Robert Rochelle was hit in a serious car accident by a speeding vehicle in which Rochelle has a fractured elbow. This has happened in 2023. But keep in mind, he's on his 5th team in 6 years. He had a fractured elbow, knee and head injuries, and here's the key again, nerve damage and more. Nerve damage. Why do we always have to go get that type of player, that profile? Why do we have to, in order for the Cowboys to sign a free agent, whether it's the bottom of the barrel or whatever you call it, the bottom of the totem pole or the depth chart, whatever, why does it always have to be that guy? Excuse me, Stephon Gilmore is still out there. I'm just saying, why do we got to sign this dude? And I'm sure Stephon Gilmore is not excited about doing training camp. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm not saying that Stephon Gilmore is really even on the Cowboys' radar. He's on the fan base radar. But I don't know if he's really on the Cowboys' radar. But what I'm saying, but on the radar of the Cowboys, it's very discouraging that out of all this newness that we have, new coaching staff, new way of coaching, new attitude, possibly new culture, new excitement, new all that, Jerry and Steven, particularly Steven, always have to do this type of mess. Go sign these profile type guys who they love to sign, injured-ridden players. And there's obviously guys out there that's not injured as bad who you could have signed. $4 million for Jair Alexander was cheap for a cornerback. I'm excited about what we've seen so far. But Steven and Jerry had to remind us that really ain't nothing changed. The system is the system. What is the system? Number one, when it comes to players, we will go get a injured-prone guy for cheap and try to catch lightning out of a bottle. That's what they do. Not that I'm trying to say I depend on Robert Rochelle to make a difference, because I'm not depending on it. But I'm saying this style, this system of how we get guys is getting kind of old for me. Number 2, I've done enough on Rochelle. God bless him. I hope the brother is fine since he's with us now. He got nerve damage, y'all. That's nerve damage don't get repaired, y'all, just in case you don't know that. You can fix an ACL, you can fix a PCL, you can fix a shoulder, you can do all that type of stuff. You can fix a back. But when you say nerve damage, that's a sentence. It's over. Lou, what's up, brother? Lou in the building. What's up? My brother's in the building. DC Universe showing up for you, boy. When you have nerve damage, it's nothing can be done about that. I don't know why we got to keep signing guys like that. And like I said, I'm not gonna put a whole lot into that because I'm not expecting this dude to be a difference maker, even though he played a lot of special teams for the Rams. He did play a lot for that. He could very well be, he very well could be a special teams, standout. Who knows? I don't know. He's not a Pro Bowl special team guy, but I'm saying the Cowboys really, I got a guy who we just signed who is said has nerve damage somewhere in his body, whether it's his elbow, his knee, whatever. And it said, and more. Man, I would love to see this guy's injury report. Because maybe that would explain why he's on his 15 and he just got drafted in 2021. I don't like this profile. Guys got to fit this profile in order for the Cowboys to sign them. One of them always been hurt guys. We take chances on hurt guys. Sean Lee, DeMarcus Lawrence. Jalen Smith. Why we doing it with DeMar and Overshown? We did it with Damone Clark. We specialize in trying to make miracles out of messes. Now, that work, that's the Lord's. I don't feel like preaching, but that's the Lord's business. When you talking about football, give me some healthy guys, please. I got. Excuse me, I got Gilmore still sitting out there. I understand he's older, probably don't want to do training camp. I get all that, but come on now, nerve damage. Come on now, I don't know. He played special teams with the Rams. He was good. Listen. It says Rochelle. I'm reading y'all I'm reading y'all the profile, not profile, but the report. This came from, of course, Tommy Yarich at DallasCowboys.com. It says Rochelle was able to make it back to the field following the accident, but was cut by the Rams in August of 2023. That was before the season started, and spent some time on the Seahawks and Carolina Panthers practice squads in 2023 before the Packers signed him to their roster in October 2023. The man seen 3 teams in 2023. Got to be a reason why he didn't stick with one. Come on, y'all. In his 2 seasons with the Packers, he stayed with the Packers. He spent all of one of his 224 snaps on special teams in 20 games with the team, moving back and forth from the active roster to the practice squad. This guy is a predominantly practice squad guy and a special teams guy. Now, I'm not gonna knock it. If the Cowboys are looking at him as a special teams guy, maybe what you're saying, William, it may be right. Maybe. But we know one thing for sure. He's cheap. He's cheap to buy, to purchase. and he's also injured. That sounds like two of the main requirements for a Cowboy signing lately. Okay? And and if you're talking about, as Ty said, CJ Godwin, well, look, listen, we talking about one of the better players on our team when you start talking about that. And if that's your replacement, it must be some real good game film on them playing special teams. I apologize because I haven't looked that deep. I'm just being honest with you. I haven't looked that deep. So I don't know how well he plays. The Rams obviously liked him. He spent a lot of time with the Rams. It is what it is, but he ain't CJ. I'm just telling you. CJ Godwin was probably one of our better players ever as far as special teams goes. That's why he stayed so long, because he was such a special teams ace. And there's an argument that could be made over the years that Goodwin should have been a Pro Bowl player, a Pro Bowl special teams ace. Okay? He's older now, and you got to replace him. But this, I can't. I don't know. All I'm saying, the kid is a fighter, obviously, because despite his nerve damage, wherever that nerve damage may be, this kid obviously is a fighter. That brings attitude, and I would assume, since he's fighting to get paid, he's probably gonna come in with a chip on his shoulder. If you want some positiveness out of this, you got a guy that's gonna be hungry. You got a guy that's gonna fight. You got a guy that's gonna give his all. That's what you need. That's the only good thing I can think about it for him to keep fighting and coming on different teams. Is obvious. That tells you this dude don't give up. It's obvious. He wants to play. He's going to try to play. Nerve damage and all, wherever that may be. I salute him. I'm just saying there are better options. That's all I'm saying. Which moves now, there are better options. But this is what the Cowboys do. Maybe the intent is for not this dude to make the team. Like I said, we just signed him. We cut two guys, get to him. We got to fill out this roster for preseason rosters and all that type of stuff. Hey, it don't necessarily mean he's going to make the team. It don't necessarily mean that he really thinking. It could be categorized simply as a camp body. It could be that. I just don't like the Cowboys, in particular, our front office, doing the same things all the time with the same type of profile. I just don't like it. Just like I know you guys are feeling the defensive tackle that we just signed, who just finished playing in the UFL, the Birmingham Stallions, Perion Winfrey. Again, another fit the profile of Dallas Cowboys front office system. Why do we always have to wait and save a spot for a UFL guy? It's just every year. Automatically we are going to go get a UFL guy. It's just automatic. When there are options that are out there. I'm just saying. We don't even acknowledge the options that are out there because we're essentially saving a spot for a UFL player. Figure that out. I just told you the truth. Now, I understand the Cowboys, before somebody type it in, I understand that the Cowboys have hit the jackpot when it comes to the USFL, the XFL, the UFL combined. I understand that. I understand we got Brandon Aubrey. I understand we got Kevontae Turpin. I understand we got, but just because you rolled the dice and you hit the jackpot, and Kevontae Turpin, we got an all-pro. He was all-pro last year. You don't get no higher than that. He's an all-pro kick returner. Brandon Aubrey is probably considered, if he's not, he's definitely top 2 or 3 for sure. Best kicker in the game. You caught lightning in the bottle, but my God, that don't mean you're going to do it every year. And I ain't knocking Mr. Winfrey. I'm not, because I'm not. He was all USFL this season with the Birmingham Stallions. He's one of the best that the UFL had to offer at his position. He's all UFL. I'm not knocking him. If you're saying a little film on him, he's fine. But here we go again with him. Winfrey was a 4th round pick from the Cleveland Browns in the 2022 draft. And in his rookie season, he was waived. And then in his rookie season, and then he joined the Jets practice squad for the 2024 season. So the team that drafted him waived him. Here it is again. This guy in 2023, he broke his foot, had foot issues. They hadn't been in the league since. He was all Big 12 at Oklahoma. He was the MVP of the Senior Bowl and of the Senior Bowl in 2022. Kid can play at defensive tackle. Huh? I'm just looking at it. He's played 14 games in the league. 25 tackles in 14 games, a tackle for loss, half a sack, 2 pass deflections. He does it sounds like he's a defensive tackle who plug up holes. Sound like a defensive tackle. He's not a playmaker at defensive tackle. He does his job well. If you're saying a little film on him, at least from the UFL, you see he plays pretty good. I'm just, he's a depth guy. Are there better options? Yes. But it's just the Cowboys system. They must have a UFL player. It's automatic every year. You saw the smile on Stephen Jones' face when he was interviewed just a couple weeks ago. When he started talking about it, we got to go to the UFL and see, have our eyes on a few guys there. I mean, your eyes are there, but I'm trying to figure out why your eyes ain't on the options that are there. I guess because the guy's so cheap. UFL, you see, when you're trying to do something new, you can't put old stuff. This Bible, I ain't mean to preach, but here we go. Can't put old wine in new bottles. You can't. Everything has to be new. New way of thinking, new way of coaching, new culture, new competition, new everything. You can't go with this same thing. What's up, Chris? Appreciate you popping up on me. You can't come with this old system. The old system is what's getting on my nerves now. That's why I can't be all. That's why I keep telling y'all why we getting so excited about Schottenheimer. Why we getting so excited about Clayton Adams and Eberflus and all the defensive tackle coach who everybody going crazy over. Because you saw the video and the competition that he did. Why we all going crazy and excited about all that. And everybody going crazy, all that. Please keep in mind that Jerry and Steven are still in the house. Please keep in mind. Which means their old ways are still going to be practiced. Here's just an example of it. I hope Winfrey comes in because the flip side, if you want to be positive about it, we all know Mr. Winfrey is going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's trying to make a team. you're going to get the best out of them. Whatever that best is, you're going to get it out of them. And at this point, we so desperate for stopping the run and having somebody that can clog up holes. Hey, if he can get the job done, hey, maybe this kid has a chance. One of the better players that came out of the UFL, obviously. Hey, I'm not knocking him. If you ask me, out of the two, he has a better chance of making, playing. I believe both of them going to play in the preseason. I'm saying, but if we're talking about, possibility of making a team, I think that this kid got a chance. Mr. Winfrey does, if he's, if he can play. I'm just saying, some of these guys, again, camp bodies. Some of these guys are obviously bottom of the barrel type guys. You don't expect them to, to jump nobody in the depth chart. They're going to be fighting, trying to make a team. And that's what you get. And we're not the only team that's doing this, y'all. I mean, come on now. If you think that the Cowboys are the only P team that signed UFL players, you crazy. We just focus on the Cowboys here. There are other teams that are doing the same thing. They sign the people. If you go down, other team, you'll see people sign this guy and that guy. It's just that I just don't like the two main ingredients, if you'll let me say that, of signing a Cowboy player during this time. They cheap as all outdoors, and then two, they gotta have some type of injury on their resume. It's just mind-boggling to me. That's the old way. That's the old way. That's the old system that you're trying to intertwine with a bunch of new stuff that's going on here. And I'm saying, when you got a new system in place, it'll be interesting to me to see, and you're not gonna get nobody that's gonna talk about it, because you'll just be pure speculating. That's all. But I would love to know what Schottenheimer would think about these two signings here. Because I know he's been here. And I know he done seen the UFL be a permanent part of the decision-making of the front office. I wonder what he's thinking about some of the guys that's not in the UFL, like the Gilmores and Jair Alexanders and stuff like that. I'm not saying we should have signed Jair. I'm not saying that at all. I knew we wouldn't anyway. I'm not saying we're supposed to sign Gilmore, but I'm just saying these guys are better than the kid that we just signed, the cornerback, who's sitting there just waiting. I mean, I know they are gonna cost a little bit more, but $2-3 million ain't nothing. Excuse me. It ain't nothing. I just don't like. See, I'm not sold. The only thing I gave credit to Jerry and Steven was that primarily it seems that they stayed out of the way. This was truly a Brian Schottenheimer type draft, more than not. You know what I'm saying? The players that we got, that don't necessarily just fit the Jerry and Steven type guys. You know what I'm saying? You can tell Schottenheimer, we learned about that because Schottenheimer was involved in every pick. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. And truly, I may have painted the wrong picture here. I'm not expecting these two, I'm gonna say it again, I'm not expecting these two guys to be quote unquote difference makers. I'm not saying that. I just don't like the system. I just don't like the system that we always have to use in acquiring players. That's what I don't like. During this time, I just don't like it. I don't. Got to be injured. Got to be cheap, and we got to go to the UFL. Everybody not using that system. I don't like it. I don't like it. And this very well may not be a real big deal, but is why do we always have to get these guys who have had major injuries, and we try to make $1 out of 15 cents with them? The Michael Gallups, the Sean Lees, the Jalen Smiths, the DeMarcus Lawrences, who primarily stayed injured for a long period of time. I mean, the DeMarion Overshown, the Damone Clarks. It's like we absolutely fall in love. What's up, Chris? Appreciate you popping in on me. We absolutely fall in love with these type of injury type guys. And we just try to say Brett Brown will make a miracle out of this as our training guy, head trainer. Brett is gonna make a miracle out of this. He gonna bring them back. And we'll wait on them. We'll wait 2-3 years. We'll be waiting. You know, we just picked up Sean Revelle, cornerback. We picked up cornerback, and he come in, and ain't even been a whole year on the ACL. We not sure he gonna be ready to go. He's a rookie coming in. We drafted him because you know this is what we do. I mean, can we draft guys that are just, you know, the medical reports say they good to go day one? Why we gotta wait? I mean, I like Revelle. I think he's the best cornerback in the draft this year. I had him as my 2 cornerback. I know somebody will say, well, he's worth the wait. Yeah, but I don't want to wait. I'm trying to win now. I don't want to wait. I already got Diggs. We waiting on Diggs. We waiting on him for a while. See what I'm saying? We love injury-prone guys. We love it. We love it. They just started. It's been this way. We gonna get this guy, this kid that we just signed, Rochelle, and first thing I read is that the kid got nerve damage. I mean, like, you don't get that back. You can come back from an ACL. You can come back from a shoulder injury. You can come back. Surgeries help you out. You can come back from that. You may not be 100% you, but you can be 90, 95, 98% you. But when you say nerve damage, the nerve don't get no better. That's good. You can't go in and fix nerve damage. You can't. So why are we signing guys that's deteriorating? I don't. And they know more than I know. God bless the kid. He got effort. He likes to, you know, he finds his way on practice squads. He finds his way as a special team guy. You know, I just, this is what we do. I don't like that system. But it's a system that we've had in place for years, and once again, the Cowboys repeat it. Jerry and Steven. And I'm saying, like, look, if we doing all this newness, we need new, even in the front office. Even when it comes to signing practice squad guys, give me some guys that you know, give me some guys. I don't want a guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a guy that's got nerve damage walking in the door. It just don't make sense to me. I get it if the kid had foot injuries, head injuries, like you said, because of the car wreck. I get it. Those things you can come back from. But when you insert the word nerve damage, and I don't know where that is. I don't know if the nerve damage is in his elbow, like it said, a fractured elbow. I don't know if the nerve damage is in his knee, in his leg. I don't know where it is. All I know, it says that he had nerve damage. That's what it says. So if he has nerve damage, I'm trying to figure out what we gonna do with that. We already had practice with a guy who had nerve damage, and that was Jalen Smith, who got worse every year. And because you were trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, you never really replaced him. You kept him in the lineup. He kept getting worse and worse and worse. Jalen Smith, at the point where he started getting worse, could not go sideline. He can just run straight up and down. He was quick. He still was quick. Even with his nerve damage, he could outrun me. I mean, he's a pure athlete. But he had nerve damage, which messed up his knee. Matter of fact, didn't he have drop foot also? And I'm not trying to be funny, but he had drop foot as well. I mean, why we got to have handicapped guys? And then we try to make it. We try to make it work. I mean, that system done played out, man. But I guess it happened once you got the same people in the building who try to make it happen. I don't get it. I don't get that. Maybe my brothers, my other content creator brothers can, inform me and make, clear things up for me. I mean, it is what it is, but I just don't believe in that system. I don't. There are better options. There are. Yeah, obviously with him, they trust him, but nerve damage. I mean, come on. It's a reason why the kid got cut. He's on his 15, in 6 seasons. It's a reason why. It ain't cause he ain't good. That could be part of it, but it's reasons why you're on your 15 in 6 seasons. It's a reason why. Okay? As mentioned, people that are excited about Mr. Winfrey, the defensive tackle, it's a reason why he's in the UFL and not the NFL. Okay? It's a reason why. It's a reason why. I hope the kid comes and balls out. I hope he does. But it's a reason why a kid that's drafted in the 2023 draft is in the UFL in 2025. What's up, B-Bird? Great to see you, brother. It's a reason why. If he was drafted and he played with the Cleveland Browns in his rookie year and got waived in his rookie year, and then got hooked up with the Jets and played with on the practice squad all year, and you just got drafted and he was all Big 12 from Oklahoma, it's a reason why he's playing in the UFL and then he's not in the NFL. I don't want everybody to be remiss while some folks are excited about the guy. I hope he comes in and balls out, but it's a reason why he is playing in the UFL and not the NFL. You can't deny that. He was drafted in the 4th round. Guess what? That's a pretty good place to get drafted. That's a place where guys make teams in the 4th round. Okay, he didn't make it. I understand he had a foot injury. Once again, they go to Cowboys again. He had a foot injury. Missed a whole lot of time. You do know the foot injury is tricky, right? That's why we missed Bland a whole lot last year. You just can't just jump back on the field when we start talking about foot injuries. Sometimes it takes a lot of time. If it's a serious foot injury, then it takes a lot of time for you to come back. DeMarcus Lawrence is our poster child for that. Poster child. DeMarcus Lawrence had foot injury and missed almost the whole season. 10, 11 games. And he still wasn't right. That's why he didn't play this year. I mean, come on now. Maybe that's the reason why the brother got cut from the Browns. Exactly. Exactly, B-Bird. No, I'm not saying he's not, he's not hurt. He played the UFL kid Cowboy. Matter of fact, he was all USFL. He was what you consider their version of an all-pro. He's one of the better players in the UFL. Perion Winfrey. He was voted all USFL. He's one of the best defensive tackles in the UFL. He's one of the best in the position. So the kid can play. He played all this season. He's a force on the defensive end in the UFL. I'm not upset about that. He'll come in. He's going to have, I told you the positive, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's obviously going to be trying to make a team because he needs a contract. He's going to give it his all. And if his all is better than some of our defensive tackles, look, we need a guy that can plug it up. That's what this guy did in the UFL. I've seen a couple clips on him already as far as what he did in UFL. He played pretty good, obviously. He's a young kid. He's young. He just got drafted in 2023. We just in 2025. I mean, he's young. He's a young guy. He very well could make this team. Who knows? Gets the chance. One thing about it, he's going to be in shape because he was in shape playing there. He going to come right in shape, ready to go. He's going to be ready to play in the preseason games. And, he's going to get a chance to show what he got. I'm expecting him to, he's going to give it his all. I mean, I'm not knocking the brother. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is it's a reason why, if he was drafted in 2023, it's a reason why he's playing in the USFL and not the NFL. He's only been playing a ball for a year, almost and a half, or whatever. And a team waived him. The team that drafted him in the 4th round waived him, cut him in his rookie year. It's a reason why. And maybe the hunger, maybe he caught his fire in the UFL and it lit a fire into him. And obviously he's one of the best, and that league had to offer. And so he coming in probably with some confidence and a chip on his shoulder. Competition, if you want to say that. I'm not knocking the brother. I'm just saying, I just don't like the system of the Cowboys, Jerry, Steven, whoever it may be. I just don't like the kid. I don't like the criteria. Now, it ain't about the players, about, do you fit this criteria? And we will sign you. I don't like that the guy got to be injured. The cornerback that we signed, the cornerback. I done said it too many times already in this hour that I've been on. I read his thing. I read you what he said about him. The kid had a serious car accident in which he had head injuries, he had knee injuries, he had injuries, all type of sort of injuries. But the key thing that it came out of that, it said he had nerve damage. And right there, that made that explain why he been on 5 teams. since 2021. Nerve damage. You can't fix that. I don't know where the nerve damage is. I don't know where the nerve damage is, but all I know is said he had nerve damage. Whether it's in his neck, you can't play ball if you got nerve damage in your neck. We found that out with the LVE, right? So I ain't saying it's his neck. I'm just going down the list. If you got nerve damage in your arm don't function properly. If you got nerve damage in your knee, we went through that with Jalen Smith. You see how that turned out. I'm just saying, if you got nerve damage in your hip, I'm just throwing it out. You might as well just go and retire. That's what happened to Bo Jackson, right? Nerve damage ain't a good thing playing in the NFL. Why do we sign that type of dude? I get Winfrey. Why we got to sign this dude? I don't know what the nerve damage is. All I saw is nerve damage. I'm saying, like, we do got better options out there that we could have signed. That's all I'm saying. I don't like the system of the Cowboys. I get that they got to be cheap. I get that. That's Stephen Jones' criteria. Cheap, cheap, cheap. I get it. But the injury-prone guys that we love to sign and try to make $1 out of 15 cents. I mean, we got guys who we just waiting on. We waiting on Diggs. We waiting on Overshown. Come on now. We waited on Michael Gallup. Come on. We always waiting on folks. Sean Lee. We waited on LVE. We waited on DeMarcus Lawrence. The list is just endless. Why we gotta always wait and sign these type of guys? I don't get the signing of the cornerback. I don't get it. Look, God bless him. We signed him. He did play a lot of special teams. Maybe that's what the Cowboys are eyeing. You know, CJ Goodwin probably not gonna be here. You bring an experienced guy in, possibly, who can play special teams for you. If that is the case, then I will shut up. I will. But nerve damage. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on now. We love signing guys who we got to wait on. We waiting on Overshown. We waited on him the first year. We waiting on him again. I love Overshown. Love his enthusiasm. I love his attitude. I love the way he plays. I love the fire that he plays with. But let's be honest. He's been on the sideline way more than he's been on the field. We waiting on him. We waiting on Diggs. Come on, man. Y'all may like to wait on him. I don't. I'm trying to win now. That's what I thought what a lot of these moves that we made was for. I ain't talking about these two signings here. I ain't talking about that. They bottom of the barrel type signings. I ain't talking about that. But I'm saying the moves we made is an indication to me, at least, that I think that we're trying to win now. So if we're trying to win now, don't come to me with these flea market moves, these Toys R Us moves when we're trying to win now. I don't. You can't mix that with that. Every move is about now. I hope so, Ken. Ken, I thank you for popping in on me. I hope Diggs does come, but we gotta wait on him. When we finish talking, we gotta wait on him. And then the person that we drafted, we essentially waiting on him. John Cone, you can go ahead and leave. We already know I'm 52 years old. I know I'm not playing, but when you're a fan, whatever team you're a fan of, I'm quite sure you say we too. So let's not make a big deal out of that, my brother. Come on now. Let's that you coming in and your comment is very Sesame Streetish. That's the way that we talk. When you're part of a fan base, everybody adopts the we syndrome. I'm quite sure whatever team you cheer for, I'm quite sure you do the same thing. So let's not be Electric Company, The Simpsons, Bert and Ernie Cookie Monster type comment right there. Okay. Ken, I hope you're right. I'm not even knocking you down for it. That's the hope. But I'm saying they're going to have to, because everybody else that we got is injured. That's all I'm saying. Even the guy that we drafted, Rivera. I mean, I hope you're right, King. I'm not knocking it. Yeah, Chris. That night owl, cowboy. Listen, that's what I'm saying. You can't be doing. I'm just saying, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We can't see when we did Quiet as Kept, a lot of us celebrated the Sanborn signing, the linebacker, because he reminds us of Eric Kendricks the same way when Zimmer came in, he quote unquote went and got his linebacker, which was Kendricks. Somebody that you ain't got to teach the system to. He comes right in, can start for you, just like Kendricks did, teach everybody what they need to do, roll. That's what Sanborn was for Eberflus. Now, I don't know if he's going to start, but he definitely knows the system. He knows what to do. He can put guys in the right place, and he's an asset already to the team. That's what Sanborn does, all right? You sign Murray, who I think is going to be our starter at linebacker. See, those are good, solid moves, because those are what I call impact moves, because those guys are starters. Those what I call, good Cadillac moves. Let me just do it like that. Cadillac moves, okay? Then let's go with the one that everybody know we did. Then we go get George Pickens in the trade. George Pickens is a Mercedes-Benz type move. You go from Cadillac, Mercedes-Benz, whichever one you prefer. You understand what I'm saying? Quality. Those are quality moves. We don't have time for Honda Accord moves. Not when you stop and start making moves like Mercedes-Benz moves and Cadillac moves, that type of stuff. We ain't got time for no Nissan Sentra moves. I'm sorry for some of y'all driving those. Y'all understand the illusion that I'm trying to paint here. Don't get mad at me, okay? Don't get mad if you're driving. Hey, get you to point A to point B. Same way a Cadillac or Mercedes does. See, when people get sensitive, when you start talking. If it hit dogs, holler, they say. So I'm not trying to check your car, but I don't know what you drive anyway. You understand? I'm not trying to check your car. Don't get mad at me, okay? I'm just saying you can't make Mercedes move and then go to hoopty moves at the end. You just y'all understand what I'm saying. Y'all understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to win now. I ain't trying to build. I'm trying to win now. That's the move that they made. You go get a George Pickens, that's an indication to me like you really trying to win. You trying to win now. Because you know what that's going to do for your offense. You re-sign Olsen, you going to re-sign Michael, you go get some help, it's in some key places. You ain't trying to be in third in the NFC East. You trying to win. Your version of trying to win, this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to keep up. You can't come to me with these Hungry Jack biscuit moves. I'm just telling y'all the truth. This is just me. Oh, okay. I don't know why YouTube recommended me to you too. I don't want to mispronounce it. Yo Jim Box 85. Appreciate you popping in, brother, but maybe because I used the hashtag NFL. Maybe that's the reason why. But I'm glad you popped in on me, but I don't talk about the Jets. This is a Cowboy podcast. But thank you, man. You excited about Justin Fields. But since you popped up, I will talk about Jets just to show my versatility. Y'all young. Y'all are very young, and you're going to have to be patient. What I will say about you, Yo Jim Box 85, is that you do have a great coach who has not been a head coach, but Aaron Glenn is a great coach. I hope that the Jets give him the time. He's going to infuse a great culture there. He comes from a great culture as a player. He was a great player, so he knows football. You got to be patient with Justin Fields because he's a young quarterback. He's athletic, but he's young. You got to have a real strong offensive line and a running game to help him out. And obviously, you're going to need a defense. So y'all young, y'all don't have expectations. Well, I'm quite sure you do as a fan. As a fan, I'm quite sure you have some expectations. I believe, I don't know how much of a fan or a realistic Jet fan you are, but I would think that the Jets are going to play. They're going to play hard. I don't know what that means record-wise. And certainly, as long as Buffalo is in y'all division, chances of y'all winning division, not this year, obviously. Y'all not going to win that. Can y'all be competitive? I think y'all eventually will get there. May take a little time. Need a strong running game, though. That will help Fields out. Strong running game because he can run the ball as well. If you get a good running back, I don't know if Breece Hall is still with you guys. I wish y'all would trade Breece Hall to us. Now if you want to talk, Jets fan, I'm sorry, let me come back to you. Got a super chat here from B Bird. Appreciate you, B Bird. You say the Jones are risk takers. They take the risk of playing no-name players and draft picks instead of signing known players filling starting roles. Exactly. Which is not smart to me, B-Bird. That system done played out to me. You got to go in and hit home runs now. Get quality depth. I ain't got time to be trying to catch lightning in a bottle now. I ain't got time for that. That's what we trying to do. But then we get back to the Jet fan here. You saying probably 500. I don't know, but I wish y'all would trade Breece Hall to us. I would love that. And that's the type of running back that I'm talking about. That y'all need. You double that up with Justin Fields' running ability, you're going to have a pretty decent running game. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's what you need to help him out when it comes to the passing game. Need a real good tight end, too. You need a safety net. I know you got Garrett Wilson over there, but he need a safety net at tight end. Well, y'all liking my versatility, ain't you? So y'all think I just know only Cowboy. I know the whole league. I just talk about the Cowboy. Right? But I'm giving him, you see what I'm saying? I'm giving him hope. Since the brother is deciding to stay with us, even though he really ain't a Cowboy person, but it just show I got the versatility, you understand? I wish Breece Hall, if Breece Hall turns into what he was, look out. Because the Jets gonna be in a lot of football games. I don't know what your defense is like now. I know you got Sauce. C.J. Mosley, if I'm not mistaken, just retired yesterday. That's not good. I don't know what your defensive tackles are like over there. I'm not a Jet fan, so I don't pay attention to that. So y'all got Mason Taylor in the draft. Good. That's a good pickup. That's a good pickup. Good pickup. So you got some pieces. You understand what I'm saying? Justin is a good quarterback. And then he ain't gonna have that, that shadow over him. He's gonna be free. The Jets already made their mind up. So, all he got to do is settle in, get better. And, Jets gonna be all right. All right, let me get back to my Cowboys because I got an audience here. Appreciate you, Jim Box. Appreciate you popping in on me. Listen, hey, man, I don't know if you want to support the show, just subscribe to it. Hey, that's all I can say. The only time I'm going to talk about the Jets again is unless the Cowboys playing. I'll give a full breakdown on the Jets then. I promise you that after watching some film. I will give you a whole thing then, but other than that, man, I appreciate you even popping in on me. Thank you so much, Jim Box 85. Thank you. B-Bird told the truth, y'all. Hey, Chris Glover, I see you over there. I'm sorry. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Jim Bob. Yeah. Thank you. Right there is what I'm talking about. See, that risk taking is it works sometimes, but you can't just cause it work don't mean you got to do it every year. Why do we got to go to the UFL every year? Why? I mean, I'm sorry. Why? I don't want the no-name players. I want the names. I want guys that defensive and offensive coordinators have to think about. That's what I want. Seriously. That's what I want. I don't want the no-name guys. You want to win a world championship? You ain't got time entertaining the thought of a whole bunch of bottom of the barrel guys, and you got to buy 7 Pro Bowlers and say, let's go play football. I understand you got to have role players, but in this league here, man, you gotta have some guys. You gotta have some guys in this league. You ain't gonna make it. We should know about practice squad guys and just finding guys off the street. We should already know about that. We did that last year with all the injuries. Saw where that got us. Need I remind you of the cornerback position last year? How horrible we look? No, we ain't got time for that. We should have learned our lesson from last year. No, we don't need that. All right? I just wanted to come in on y'all guys. I ain't been with you guys for a while this week. Had a lot of stuff going on, and I couldn't be with you guys. That's why I'm here now. I will not be with you guys tomorrow. I ain't gonna say unfortunately. My son has me locked up tomorrow. They're playing in a tournament. His basketball team, AAU basketball team. It's the national championship. I don't know what version it is or whatever, but it's tomorrow right here it's in Hernando, Mississippi, actually. And he will have me locked in all day tomorrow, especially if they're winning. So I can't even commit to a time on tomorrow at all. So that's why I came now. I will see you guys maybe Sunday evening, maybe. I will be out of town next week. I may come on from where I am. and come hang with you guys for a little while, even while I'm out. I might do that. All right. Till then, man, listen, I appreciate all you guys come hang with me this morning. Hope that you will have a good rest of your Friday. Kid Cowboy said, can you imagine us being fourth in our division? Nope. Because we're better than the Giants. No, I really don't. Washington, you know, the truth of the matter is Washington won a lot. They won, 2 games by Hail Mary last year? Then they won, I think Daniels won 2 games for them in the last minute or so to get them in luck. See, those games could be easily flipped this year. You know, a Hail Mary, you know, could be knocked down. So, I mean, are they better? I don't know. We'll see if Daniels have a sophomore slump like C.J. Stroud did. We'll see. I don't know if Washington is going to be all that. I don't know that. I don't know. You figure Philly will be what they are? And if you're thinking, and for you to say you're not sure about that, well, then you also need to be not sure about the Cowboys then too, right? Kid Cowboy. If you ain't sure about my assessment of Washington, then you also need not to be sure about the Cowboys, right? Kind of work both ways, don't it? See, you figuring the Cowboys gonna be 4th in the division. You got us winning 7 games then. So that's about what it's gonna be. I don't know that Kid Cowboy. Same way Dak Prescott got hurt, they could have injuries too. What if they have injuries? Not wishing it upon them. I'm just saying. That's the reason why we lost games. Because Dak Prescott wasn't there. You know that. Oh, no, let me take that back. I forgot who I was talking. This Kid Cowboy. Let me stop. Let's see, I don't even want to hear about Dak Prescott and all that type of stuff. So, like I said, you don't know what Washington gonna be. You say they'll be a tie with the Giants. You got the Giants, Russell Wilson, thinking Russell Wilson from whatever. And if Russell not there, you got Jameis Winston. You think Jameis Winston gonna be the guy. Then you think I don't know who the running back is, but you just think the Giants gonna be all that. I agree. I love Abdul Carter. Love him. I love Thibodeau. Love Lawrence in the middle. I get all that. The defense gonna be fine, but they're not better than the Dallas Cowboys. They're not. But you never know. Giants might surprise folks this year. You got the Cowboys not doing absolutely nothing. If you talking about us being last in the division, you got the Cowboys doing absolutely nothing. And I don't believe in it. You got Scatterboo. Yeah, they got fat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You talk about the Giants. They got Russell Wilson, and then they got Jameis Winston behind them, and Tommy DeVito as the 3rd quarterback. You see what I'm saying? But if for some reason he got the Giants ahead of us, I know they got Malik Neighbors. He's all world. I give him that. Yeah, he's good, very good. There you go. So you got faith in Russell will cook. See what I'm saying? I ain't gonna knock him. Russell Wilson might cook. He might. I ain't gonna even knock it. Russell Wilson, you don't know which Russ you gonna get. He could cook. Jameis Winston cooks a couple times, then he gonna both of them turn into turnover machines. That's what the track record says about both of them. So keep that in mind. So we'll see. Russell Wilson might, I forgot. That's right, Dart. Jason Dart, a rookie. You probably think Dart is better than everybody else too. I'm just saying, You got 3 quarterbacks, that mean you ain't got 1. That's the last thing I remember. So, Giants may be all right. I don't know. We'll see. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll know in week 2, because that's who we got. Giants come to see us. We'll see. We'll see. Y'all forgive me for that. My sinuses are killing me. Week 2. We'll see about the Giants. We'll see. All right, I'm out. I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Appreciate all you guys hanging with me. I'll see you soon. Turn on those live notifications. And of course, that will let you know when I'm on. You'll get it right on your phone. And then we'll talk then. My plan is to come to you sometime within the next 2 days, and we will see. Appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for holding it down over there on Twitter. Thank you so much, or X, however you call it. Appreciate you holding it down for me over there. It's a few of them over there with you, and they just don't speak to me. I don't know who it is, but appreciate you guys that have watched over there on Twitter. Big Time Show, of course, on Facebook, and then those of you that are on YouTube. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good rest of your Friday. Have a good weekend. We'll see you soon. This has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show.